And once again, live, this time with 87% battery. Anyway, let me run inside here real quick and get something to drink. And we'll get back on the road and try this again. Oh, it's one of them nights. Anyhow, I'll be right back. don't know, maybe it's just me. But if you're gonna close a truck stop down at midnight, You turn all the damn lights out so nobody comes up in here thinking you're still open. Since when are truck stops not open 24 hours no more? What the hell is that? Whatever, I'm gonna quit my bitching. I remember a time the truck stop was a 24-hour establishment. And you think, well, yeah, Mike, but you can tell where you're at. It's just a little mom and pop place, and that's correct. But even places like the TA, I was at the TA one night in my van in Denmark, Tennessee. Exit, what was it, 68, I think it is, 66, something like that. And basically Jackson. I went in there at 11 o'clock, about 10 minutes till 11 to get something to eat. And you know, most of the time the truck stops for years, the restaurants have been 24 hours, 24/7. And they was like, oh, I'm sorry, we're closed. I said, what? She said, yeah, we're closing up. As soon as we finish mopping the floor, we're out of here. I was like, it's only 11 o'clock. She said, yeah, we only stay open until 11. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And then they'll wonder why it is they ain't got any business. See, the Pilot chain, which Pilot bought out Flying J. Pilot's bought out Wilco. They bought a lot of truck stops through the years. Speedway. They're getting bigger and bigger. I don't think they'll ever monopolize the truck stop industry, but yeah, they're making a big dent in it. And so Pilot's got this deal. If you take your fuel card and let us lock it down where it won't work at any truck stop chain except ours, we'll sell you diesel for 4 cents over cost. That's it. That's all the profit they're going to make on the diesel is 4 cents a gallon. Now that ain't a whole lot. But if you've got 3/4 of every truck in the country fueling at only your truck stop chain, you're suddenly selling more diesel than ever before, and that 4 cents a gallon to start profit's going to add up. And out of the name of saving money, of course, and good old-fashioned greed, a lot of people have gone ahead and jumped on that. And so that took a big dent of business from the TA and the Petro, and even the Loves has felt it some, although the Loves has a similar kind of a program going on, so they've still retained a good bit of business. But yeah, your TAs and your Petros, you pull up the fuel island in one of those in the middle of the night, hell, sometimes even in the middle of the day. And you'll find people parked there who stop there to get something to eat, but as far as people who are actually fueling, no, something you don't see very often. The idea of a truck stop not being a 24/7 business anymore, that just blows my mind. All right, hang on here now. I believe I've lost my flashlight. Yep, there it is. Not lost, misplaced. Okay. There is somebody here, I'm assuming is the mama. So before I get to rolling again, did I press up? My phone's been slow lately, so I can never tell when I press a button if it actually, there we go. Alright, time to roll. For those of you who will tune in later, welcome to Mike at Midnight. Seatbelt on, air brakes released, clutch depressed, in gear, easing the clutch out, and away we roll. And away we go. Oh yeah, I swear. I'd imagine they probably open up again right around 6 o'clock. And stay open till midnight and close up and do it again the next day. Alright, here we go. Nothing to my left, nothing to my right, not that it matters. Grassy median between me and on my right, I don't have to worry about that. Alright. Miss Shelby's wanting the window open. so easily amused.
US 59 northbound, South Temple Drive, for 9 miles.
9 miles. And then we take the bypass around. We're basically in Lufkin, Texas. And I'm still doing pretty decent. I've lost 10 minutes right back there. My ETA instead of 5 o'clock is now 5:09. But no biggie. Red light camera.
Red light camera.
And the thing about Texas and Tennessee, it's not enough that it just doesn't catch you running the red light. It'll clock you for speeding too. People don't know that until they finally get a picture of their car in the mail with a digital timestamp on the bottom with the speed they were doing through that intersection. I've gotten to the point where trying to make time through Texas is pointless. Just do the speed limit and you'll get there when you get there.
Red light camera.
Red light camera. On the interstate, I'm like everybody else, I suppose. I set my cruise at 4 miles over the limit in most states. Never 5, 4. You figure every now and then coming down a hill, the weight of your load's going to cause you to increase speed, for one. And for two, who's to say that the equipment that they're reading your speed with isn't calibrated a little different, and therefore you are actually doing 5 or 6 miles over the limit instead of 4. 3 to 4 mile over, just enough to be respectably trying to make some time, but not to the point of being belligerent, against disobeying the law. Now, I myself would not ever manipulate the logbook because that's illegal. But I've heard that the way some drivers do it, that's where you say, like, I've got this friend. I've got this friend and I've heard the way he does it. I've heard the way some drivers do it is they will get a little creative on a paper logbook. Maybe not log everything exactly the way it happened in the name of trying to be a little more productive. But not me, no. That would be wrong and frowned upon by the DOT. Well, there's actually parking spaces still available at that Chevron on the left. Back yonder, I wasn't stopping to get something to drink. I was stopping to get the camera turned back on after my battery died on me a little bit ago. I figured since I was there taking up space in their parking lot for a minute, I'd go ahead and get something to drink there. A lot of times they get mad when you pull up over there where the car parking is, because the truck parking was full. And I was only stopping there for a couple minutes. And otherwise I would have just gone ahead and say like if it was a rest area or someplace, gone ahead and took care of my camera business and got back on the road. I didn't necessarily need something to drink as much as I was going to patronize the place for having not come out and fussed at me for being parked there for 10 minutes. I already have it. think tomorrow what I'm going to do, the electric fan that I'm running needs to have a actual plug-in. An additional fan I'm using to help keep the windshield from fogging up. Whereas my GPS and my cell phone are on USB plugs into a cigarette lighter adapter. So I'm going to find an adapter that has more than 2 USB plugs, or go buy a splitter and get a second adapter so that I can go ahead and plug my other phone that I use as an iPod, because it's not a phone anymore. It's a Verizon wireless Galaxy Nexus. And of course, the only place you can ever get service with that phone is Verizon. So I just use it as an iPod to play my music on. And I've got one of them 3.5 male-to-male plugs, little small extension cord for all intents and purposes. And I plug that in to the headphone jack of the phone. And there's a similar headphone jack in the dash system of the stereo. And that allows me to play the music from my phone through the stereo in the truck, the stereo speaker. Now, I did that years ago. I posted a video, it was a trucking video, just me driving down the road. I didn't do any talking. It was just the truck, a few lane changes here and there, going around, traffic on the shoulder, that kind of thing. Traffic passing me in the left. Beautiful sunny day coming down I-81 in Virginia southbound. And I happened to have the CD player going, and I had the volume cranked up kind of loud. And now granted, to the untrained ear, one might make the assumption that I took my trucking video that had no sound other than the sound of rolling tires and the engine, and then went and dubbed music over that, which of course is illegal to use copyrighted music in such a manner. But the copyrighted music that was playing through the stereo was music on a CD that I had purchased, that I had purchased legally. It was mine. Now, you still don't have the right to use it any way you want. But it was just coming across the stereo in the background. It just so happened to be the stereo was kind of cranked up real loud. So YouTube went and silenced my video. And it got to be like watching the cartoons with the volume turned down because you're on the phone or something. You know, all that action, every little footstep, you know, there's an orchestra in the background making all, especially on all the old Mel Blanc cartoons for Looney Tunes. There's every little footstep just about had some kind of music to accompany it. And if you take away the music and the voices speaking, there's nothing left but a silent movie. And that's what they did. They took my video, red light camera, and they turned my video into a silent movie. So, and I was just like, really? A friend of mine posted that video on Vimeo, and apparently on Vimeo, I don't know about now, but years ago anyway, they would trust that you wouldn't use copyrighted material illegally, and so therefore they never did take it down, which tells me that YouTube's just a little overbearing. And what it was this, I don't know, now I think it's the Sony Entertainment Group, but it used to be the Sony Music Group.
After 1/2 mile, keep left.
And they claimed ownership of that song by AC/DC. The song's called Ride On. And went ahead and silenced my video. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And that's how it is though. I've been watching you because they've changed all the copyright laws and everything this year. And basically anybody, you can go to anyone's video on any channel and claim that it's yours.
After 3/4 of a mile.
And now, without any investigation, other than just taking your word for it, you'll start, if it's a monetized situation, monetized channel or anything, you'll start making the money from the video that was making money for somebody else, even if you don't own the copyright. They don't, YouTube doesn't investigate to make sure what you're saying is true. They just automatically assume you wouldn't lie about such a thing. You know, it'd be like somebody accusing you of a crime and you're guilty till proven innocent. Except they don't make any effort to find out whether or not you actually are innocent. You're just guilty and that's that. If you get accused of it more than once, they're like they're just someone who they just can't stand you.
After 1.8 miles, keep left.
Oh Lola, it's hawking a storm tonight. You don't go about a half mile and she reminds you of whatever it was she just told you to do. But anyhow, let's say, you know, nowadays most people, they don't like religious material. So let's say you've got a channel that is endorses Christianity. And of course, in doing so, Christianity stands against a lot of different things that the world embraces. And so somebody out there decides they don't like your channel. And all they've got to do is 2 or 3 times claim copyright infringement against you. And YouTube will not only silence your video or even strike the video, which is where they'll remove it, they'll actually flat delete your channel. It's as bad as Pinterest. I've had through the years, I don't know, 2 or 3 Pinterest accounts. And apparently the law from country to country is different. But it's called the World Wide Web. Whatever you post in your country, unless they've got a filter blocking it out, I'm going to see it in my country.
After 1/2 mile, keep left.
And the first time, I would take some videos and I'd pick some photos rather, and I'd start making a photo album and start sharing those photos from other people's pages on Pinterest. And some of them were models that, how should we say,
After 3/4 of a mile.
shut up Lola, I'm talking. Let's just say that the way they were dressed, they wouldn't go to church that way. And next thing I know, I go to log in one day and I can't get logged into my account. And I don't hardly check my email unless I'm actually expecting something from somebody. So I don't know how many weeks later, I just gave up on it, like whatever. And I'm in my email account one day and I get to see this email from a couple weeks prior, about the same time that my Pinterest account had been locked out. And they deleted my account because I shared.
US 59 northbound. US 69 northbound.
Okay, Lola, shut up.
South Sanford Drive for 3 miles.
God help me that this road had 15 different designations. She'd name every one of them. And Google Maps is just as bad. Anyhow, I shared photos found on Pinterest. I didn't upload them from my computer to Pinterest. I found them on Pinterest and shared them in a photo album. And they deleted my account because they felt that it violated their terms of use. That the pictures were risque for their community. So like, okay, I get it. And I'll admit maybe some of them were, you know, the rules on Pinterest.
After 2 miles, turn right, US 59 northbound, US Highway 59 north.
Every ramp I come to, she's going to do that. And going around this bypass on Lufkin, there are several of them. The rules about nudity at Pinterest is artistic nudity is okay. So if you have a model posing like one of the statues, you know, some Italian garden or something, that's acceptable. If it's artistic. Now, somebody has to define that, because one person's idea of artistic is another person's idea of porn. But anyhow, anything that's considered too seductive in nature, they basically, that's what they're doing, they're labeling it as porn. So I thought, okay, I will make sure if I post any such thing to one of my photo albums that I pay a lot more close attention to making sure that none of these photos step over this particular boundary.
After
Nakadoches.
1/2 mile, bear right, US 59 northbound, US Highway 59 north.
So I started a new Pinterest account and very strictly started paying attention to what would or wouldn't be considered acceptable in my pages of like modeling. One is called Inked and Dyed.
US 59 northbound, US Highway 59 north, towards Nacogdoches.
My God,
15
Lola.
miles.
Inked and Dyed, D-Y-E-D. Women who are models, specifically, who are tattooed with colored hair. This includes every now and then photos that I'd find of what they call suicide girls. And suicide girls are, I guess, what they would call alternative modeling. Women that are tattooed and have dyed hair. So, and everything what I felt was tasteful, artistic, nothing that would be considered seductive or out of bound or anything like that. So one day I go to log into my Pinterest account, and sure enough, I can't get in. So curious, it's at least some little notice at the bottom, and if you want to know more, yada yada yada, click on this link, and all that link does is take you to the email, a copy of the email they sent you. And it's basically telling me again that I have violated community guidelines, yada, yada, yada. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I went for quite, because there's a lot of really good stuff on Pinterest. Depending, like I'm into the van life thing and working at building my camper van into a cargo van into a camper van. People who are doing home remodeling, renovations, and all kinds of decorating ideas for that. I mean, it doesn't matter. Of course, I don't get the whole thing with food. Some people just really like the pictures of food, I guess. Not my thing. But I suppose that's because I don't cook. But anyhow, all kinds of pictures, no matter what you're interested in, you can find it on Pinterest. So, hey Evan, how's it going, brother? And I was like, okay, I get it. Somebody who's overly religious, super conservative, they'll let people post such stuff to their platform in another country, I guess. I'm assuming it's from another country, because if it's happening here in America, why is that person posting it and that's okay, but if I just simply share it, it's done. So, anyhow, I really like like Pinterest. I enjoy it, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to open up a third Pinterest account. Of course, now mind you, every time you do this, you can't use the same email address because they've already got you on the naughty list. So you've got to start a new email address and come up with a new screen name and to do all that. So I do everything I need to do to start up a third Pinterest account. And I decide, okay, I am going to keep all my photo albums non-risque. I'm not going to do any photos of models at all. I'm going to do photos of cars, trucks, motorcycles, trains, bridges, scenic views, home remodeling, etc., etc., etc. And I will not have a single photo album involving modeling. But every now and then, and you're going through what on Facebook, I think it was called the news feed. I don't remember. I don't do Facebook anymore. But anyway, on your main page, your home page, whatever you want to call it, all these different photos for things that you like, things that you're interested in, will show up there, whether you have photo albums of such or not. If you've ever you click the little heart icon, say you like the photo, and next thing you know, photos of whatever that is, maybe you've never had any kind of interactions about motorcycles, and specifically to me, motorcycles is stuff from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and anything beyond that, you start getting into the 80s, and then to me, they're crotch rockets. They're not motorcycles anymore. But you've never had any interactions with a motorcycle. You go ahead and you click a photo and you say, oh man, that's pretty cool, 1948 Panhead, tough. And you click the little heart icon that says, hey, I like this photo. Well, now you'll start seeing more motorcycle photos start showing up in your news feed or whatever they call it. I've not been to Pinterest in a while, so I don't know. I've forgotten. But, so anyway, every now and then, because I've still seen photos of these models and stuff, and I've gone ahead and liked it, they show up. And I'm like, hey, that's a really good looking photo right there. And it's not always about a good looking woman, and it don't matter if she's nude or artistically nude or if she's fully dressed. None of that really is. It's just either a good picture or it's not. The background, the lighting, the richness of color, all these things are what determine if a photo is a great photo or just an okay photo. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and save that to my phone, and I'll start a photo album like that on my phone. And now, because that's, you can download stuff off of Pinterest, and that's all just fine. So I've had my Pinterest album, Pinterest profile or account, whatever you want to call it, maybe right about a year. All good. I don't have no more problems, warnings, or whatever else. It's all good. All right. Me and Pinterest are getting along just fine. I go to log in one day, now not a single model of any type, dressed, undressed, or otherwise, not a single model appears in any of my photo albums. I go to log in one day and I can't log in, and now I'm like, okay, let's just go to my email and find out why. So I open up the email and they have deleted my account because I have saved too many photos of one particular type. And in this case, yeah, they're photos of models, because Pinterest doesn't like if you have a photo album posted to that on their platform. So okay, I'll make the photo album on my phone and set it up like a screensaver of sorts, And now all of a sudden, what they're basically telling me is it doesn't even have to do with modeling. It could have been old Beechcraft airplanes, whatever it is. Photos of James Dean, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, whoever. Too many photos of one particular type. I have saved too many photos of one particular type. And so I'm just like, really? So it's just not even worth the trouble. I'll just do without pictures. So anyhow, yeah, the rules have gotten so outrageous anymore, a lot of these. And I guess what it comes down to, like the copyright rules that YouTube has changed a little bit towards, and that's because of the new copyright laws that are not only in this country but worldwide now. And basically, the government can, if they feel that YouTube has knowingly permitted any type of copyright infringement to happen, they can actually delete the entire YouTube platform. Now you would think, first off, that would really kind of bite, because I'd lose my profile in the process and YouTube account, and that's true. But in the end, you think, okay, but I'm not paying any money for this. In fact, if I can get the views and the subscribers and get monetized, I'll be paid money for this. So you figure, but where's the money come from? Because YouTube is a free service. It doesn't cost you anything to get on YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything to stay on YouTube. So how do they even make money? Of course, they make their money through advertising. Another thing, you know, they've got YouTube Premium for $12 a month. And I'm actually considering getting into that, because I know a lot of people who are monetized, they depend on those commercials. Here recently is a video of a guy interviewing Chrome Valdez in Chrome's van. I didn't make it past 2 minutes, because while I'm watching it, there was already a commercial before the video starts. You've got to watch that commercial. Of course, if it's something I'm interested in, I'll let the commercial play all the way through. But I don't care that the channels I subscribe to, that they post, YouTube's not the one putting the commercials in people's videos. The channel creator, the video creator, is the one who's putting the commercials in their videos. Some people will have a commercial at the beginning and that's it. Other people put one at the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end, you know, what have you. This guy had 9, I think the video was like 45 minutes long, and had 9 commercials, not including the one I just watched to get into the video to begin with. You can't even get into the video until you watch that first commercial, or at least the first 5 seconds of it, if it lets you skip it. Some of them don't let you skip it. I had one night, I watched it, there's like 3 minutes and 6 seconds, and you couldn't skip it, so you had to watch it all the way through to get to the video, only to find out once you got to the video, it really wasn't all that great of a video anyway. So I was like, really? Wasted my time, so I didn't bother watching the video. Of course, I backed out of it. But the whole thing is 9 commercials in a period of 45 minutes. That's crazy. If it would have been maybe 2, 3, 4, you know, that I'm okay with that. One every 10 minutes, something like that, 15 minutes. But 9 commercials. If you include the one that you had to watch to get to the video where you can see how many commercials there are, 10. That's one every 4 minutes. That's insane. So, I never watched the video. And it wasn't Chrome's channel, it was the other guy's channel. He was just interviewing Chrome. And, but the thing of it is, I'd agreed, well, if I put all these commercials, I'll make that much more money. No, you'll make X amount of more money if people actually watch the commercials.
After 2 miles, turn left, US 59 northbound, Highway 224, Southwest Stallings Drive.
If every commercial that comes up, the viewer waits the 5 seconds to be able to skip the commercial, now, yeah, maybe you might get something, but it's not going to be enough to make any major money out of it. I was watching one of these. I watch some of these because I'm like anybody else. I want to improve the quality on my channel. So I watch a lot of these different videos on things to do and not to do on YouTube. Things to do to become a channel creator. Things to do to become a better channel creator. How to improve the quality of your content. You know, this sort of stuff. And although I don't have any intention of becoming monetized anytime soon, I do watch those videos also, just like by the time I might ever have. I don't worry about it. I figure one of these days, without me even knowing it, someone will be either sending me a message to congratulate me on having become monetized, or the folks at YouTube will let me know I have become. That, hey, you have met the criteria, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours, viewed hours per year. We've decided to start paying you for putting your channel up here. Great, awesome. But that's not something that is one of my current goals. So that being the case, I just get up here and I do my thing. You know, it's one mic to live. You know, not one van mic to live, not one big rig mic to live, not one guitar mic to live. Just mic. So I know the algorithm says I'm supposed to have one channel for guitar stuff. I'm supposed to have one channel for trucking stuff. I'm supposed to have one channel for van stuff. And I'm not going to do that. I mean, it takes up enough time of my day as it is just to do one channel, let alone to try to maintain 3. So, like, no, that's just not going to work for me. And if because of that, the algorithm says, no, this guy, he's not monetization material, so be it. And there's other ways to make money on your channel without becoming monetized. Of course, that involves having a product to sell.
US 59 northbound.
But
224 Southwest Stallings Drive.
Alright, there we go. I don't know why he swung so wide, that guy on my right. I wasn't in his lane already. To make sure my trailer clears, of course, I had to close this zipper on my right tire. I mean, he went like I was about to try to run him off the road.
Highway 224 Southwest
Rookie.
Stallings Drive towards Industrial Boulevard for 40 miles.
But anyhow, for example, like my song book, I am making a song book of a lot of these guitar songs that I post, and so that people could actually have the binder right in front of them and play whatever song they want to play as many times they want to play it without ever having to even be on their phone or online to do it. And I've got an idea of printing that book out and selling that book for whatever it's going to cost me, you know, my time. There's no real profit involved in it because you can never really make back what your time is worth, but enough that I at least recoup my costs. And the mama said, well, you know what you could do is you could put it on a CD-ROM and therefore sell it for less money, which would make it more appetizing for people. Sometimes less money is better than more money. Because if I can sell 100 copies of my book each year at, say, oh, I don't know, $40, or sell 1,000 copies on CD-ROM for $20. Obviously, 1,000 copies at $20 is more money than 100 copies at 40. So, like I said, I got a pretty good wife, she's pretty smart. But and that way too, it gives the people the choice. You know, yeah, there's more paper, more ink involved this way, so therefore I need to have a higher price to be able to pay. Plus, I'm gonna have to ship it to you, as you know, which I have to pay for the shipping on a CD too. But to ship a CD is a lot less money than to ship a 3-inch binder with 100 page protectors full of 150, 200 sheets of paper. So, and although that ink might not account for much weight, by the time you figure 200 songs, 150, 200 songs, I may sometimes have two 2 pages per page protector, sometimes just one. But still, that little bit of ink will add up when you have that many sheets involved. So, but the point is, between YouTube, when I start presenting that, and my webpage that I'm currently working on, so that by the time I'm ready for that, I'll have it up and running, and make some income off of that. And we've got some other things. The idea is not to put all your irons in one fire. You know, you want to try to have more than one main source of income, so that if one goes through a dry spell or whatever, maybe the other one will kind of help offset that. And so that's the plan. I'm tired of trucking, y'all. Don't get me wrong, I really do. I enjoy being out on the road. I enjoy trucking. But I'm tired of not being able to get home half the time. Because like a few weeks back, they're going to load me out of Shiner, Texas, 400 some miles away over the weekend, where I could have drove 1,000, 1,200 miles. They're going to give me a load only going 400 some miles to Noble, Oklahoma, which is nowhere near Memphis, Tennessee, or Melbourne, Arkansas. So I got stuck on the road that weekend. And then all week long, like I said, I'm just not getting any miles. Of course, right now, if I was to go in the office and start bitching about not getting any miles, they'd come right back and say, well, you know, it's been inventory season, and inventory season, there's not a lot of trucking going on. And that is true. That is true. Your van lines stay pretty busy, though. But anyhow, yeah, flatbedding during January, February, it gets slow. So the only problem is it's been that way. I started this place in June of last year, and I haven't been making the miles I should be making ever. I've come close a few times, 25, 600, 700 miles, 2,800 miles, but very far and few between. I've rarely made them kind of miles when you should be making those miles or more every week. The way we used to think of it years ago, when everything was on paper logs and you could kind of negotiate that in such a manner as to get maximum amount. If you fuel strategically, because you can't fudge your fuel stops, you have to always make sure you log your fuel stops legit. Whatever time it was when you picked the pump up to whatever time it was you paying the pump up, you have to log that. Come in to do an audit with the fuel report and compare your logs to the fuel report to make sure you've done so. And if not, they'll get you for falsification. Falsification fine, $75 per occurrence. So if just one day you false 4 times on your log, that's $300, and they're going to go through your log for 3 months. If you're one of these people who's what they call red flagged because you have a history of logbook violations, when they come in and do an audit, I'm talking about the federal DOT auditor, they're going to go through your logs all the way back as far as 6 months. And the reason why that's where all the farther they go, because that's all the farther your company is required to keep. They have to keep 6 months of your logs. You as a driver are only required to keep up to 8 days worth, but the company has to keep as far back as 6 months. So you make sure the things that they can verify are logged legit. If the time is on your bill of lading, if the time is on your toll receipts, if the time is on your fuel receipts, which it is, it might not be on the receipt itself, but it's on the computer printer, then those things you log legitimately. Now, I don't do it, but like I said, I've got this friend, the way he logs. If the time is not on the bill of lading, that means you can show that you loaded that load anytime within the 24 hours it's on. That's the date that load was loaded. And so you can move it around some, however you need to. And then plan your fuel stops out, what we call pre-planning, in such a manner that you might only get 5 hours of rest somewhere because it's time you spent in traffic and time you spent loading or unloading, whatever else. So you'll get to the truck stop, park 5 hours, get a little creative with your logbook, and wait to fuel until your logbook shows you've been at that truck stop for 10 hours. Now, I don't do that. I would never do that because that's illegal. But I've heard that that's how drivers used to do it. But anyhow, somehow I got off of, I do that sometimes, I get sidetracked. Somehow I got off of YouTube and got into trucking, but anyhow. Oh, because I'm talking about all the different channels. So yeah, but the whole idea with YouTube anymore is that the idea that they could have their platform removed by the, I don't know if it's FCC or whoever it is that controls that, and even end up under a lawsuit for millions of dollars. So yeah, they're going to be strict because it's their income we're messing with. You just, it'd be like if you post something that's flat out porn and they don't do anything to strike it, to remove it, then that means they're allowing it, and they can be sued for that. So they're real strict about certain things. That's why when I've noticed this, and I never paid any attention to it. My wife's the one that really brought it to my attention. I had noticed it, but never really considered why it does like it does. But there's about a minute and a half from the time that you speak during your live streams that everybody else hears what it is you said. They're watching your video. Of course, your live stream video, the words coming out of your mouth, the audio and the video match. It's not like watching an old Godzilla movie where the mouths are moving but no words are coming out. It's not like that. But what it is there's a delay from the time that it was recorded on your device to the time that it was presented to all the viewers on the internet. And I'm assuming it's like when you call radio stations and they'll always ask you to turn your radio down in the background. Because of that delay, it's causing interference and a little bit of confusion. But the reason they do that is if you were to get on the radio and start doing things that radio station disapproves of, whether it be using all kinds of vulgarity or decide to try to sneak a quick free advertisement in there or something, well, they've got 6-second delay. At least that's how it used to be on radio back when everything was analog. I'm not sure how it works now digital. But back when everything was analog, they had a 6-second delay during a live phone call that if you said something that they feel needs to be censored, they can censor it before it made it onto the airwaves. So I'm assuming that's what the whole minute and a half is with YouTube, is so that if there's something that the computer, let's face it, there's so many millions of people, YouTube creators, channel creators, there's just no way that they can have enough people there at the ready to go ahead and silence somebody. So I'm assuming it's done automatically by a computer. And I'm guessing that's why there's the minute and a half delay. But I've noticed that today, I follow a lot of different people, not just van lifers. Some people I've met through the Discord chat room. There's one there called Weirdo Hangout, which was created by Chrome Valdez for the van lifers and those who follow his channel, subscribe to his channel. And everybody kind of congregates there. It's a nice little community of friends, and we all socialize and hey, how's it going, whatever. So a lot of the people that are not into that everything that I'm into, that I subscribe to, I've met there. And I subscribe to them because they have proven themselves to be worthy of the word friend. Because there's some, I don't do the tarot card thing, but there's probably, I don't know, 3, maybe even 4 of the channels I subscribe to, that's one of their deals. Now, yeah, if someone's channel, that's all they're into, then I'm not going to subscribe. But if they have other things too that I find interesting, then I'm not going to go ahead and judge them because of the one thing that I don't. And, you know, Witch on Wheels, Smallwood Homestead, Kimber Kids. I know there's got to be maybe one more. I just can't think off the top of my head which one it is. But anyway, they're all into the tarot cards and that type of spirituality. But I guess when you what's called pagan spirituality, because it's not Christianity, so therefore pagan spirituality. Not my thing. But that doesn't mean it can't be their thing. It's not my place to tell people what they can and cannot do with their channel. If I don't like what's on someone's channel, I just don't subscribe. You know, I get people who if every single person who's ever subscribed to my channel stayed subscribed to my channel, I'd be about 200, 250 right now. But I get a lot of people who will subscribe to my channel. Oh, that's right, I'm not supposed to use the S word anymore. So I get a lot of people who subscribe to my channel, and because I don't return the favor, they unsubscribe. Usually within 2 hours. I guess that's the time limit. Like, hey, I've given you enough time to check me out and hit that button, subscribe button for me too. And since you did it, I'm going to unsubscribe. Okay, fine. See you, bye. I don't have my channel just trying to gain subscribers. The same way, like on social media, you know, you judge your popularity by how many friends you have on Facebook. You judge your popularity by how many followers you have on Tumblr. I forget what it used to be called back when I think it was called followers there too, back in the days of MySpace. I miss MySpace. Of course, MySpace is, again, no, it's just not the same. It's basically a similar, kind of the same, but different version of Facebook. You know, you used to be able to put up any kind of content down there you wanted. There was all kinds of little deals you would go to specifically that worked on the MySpace platform. I had 3 jukeboxes. And each of these jukeboxes, you can put a maximum of 75 songs. And so I had one for rock, you know, classic rock. I had one for country, and I had one for alternative rock. And I had a lot of people who would follow me on MySpace that I, you know, unlike Facebook, where if Facebook says, here's someone else you might know, you're like, well, I don't know if I know them or not, but since Facebook recommended them, okay, I'll send them a friend request. Well, next thing you know, you're being locked out of your account for 7 days because that person told Facebook, no, I don't know this guy. But I think everybody on Facebook has people on their friends list that they don't actually know as close personal friends. So, but anyhow, whatever. If that's the way Facebook wants to run it, okay, it's fine. But on MySpace, you followed whoever you wanted. If they didn't want you following them, they blocked you. There it was. Simple. About the simple. But I had a lot of people whom I've never heard of, never met in my life, following me and sending me messages telling me how much they enjoy. Because what I would do, obviously there's more than 75 great classic rock songs in the world. And so what I would do is once a month I'd change them up. And the reason why I would do that once a month is because back then I was working barge line out in the river. I'd be on a boat for 30 days, come home for 2 weeks, be on a boat for 30 days, come home for 2 weeks, that kind of thing. So every time I had the chance, whenever I was on my shore leave, I would go and rearrange my song lists on my 3 jukeboxes. And I had people tell me what they would do. You know, a lot of people who work like in cubicles or they're in an office somehow where they're basically chained to their desk all day and got a computer in front of them and all their work is done on the computer. What they would do is they would go to my MySpace profile, open up whichever one of those 3 jukeboxes fit their particular taste and genre, and then minimize the box, the window, and then open up another window to start doing their work, so they could go ahead and put their headphones in and listen to music while they were working. In the back, because the way those jukeboxes were, it would just play song after song after song. No iHeartRadio, advertise, nothing. And you set your entire page. You can set the background to be any photo you wanted. You can make it where when you scroll the page, that the photo scrolls with it. Or like I had mine where the photo, in fact, it was of the Laney Jones, a towboat I used to work on. And that stayed stationary, but all the information on the page scrolled over the background. Some people made it where the background scrolled with the act, whichever way. You can set it up to be what you want. Of course, Facebook, you can change the color of the theme. There it is. That's the customization for Facebook. And I believe the new MySpace is about. I had been on there, and I just like, nah. It was basically a whole different version of Facebook. It just, because like I said, Facebook now owns MySpace. So a lot of people don't realize this, but Facebook also owns Instagram. So I have no idea. That's freaky. I'm talking about Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook since 2015. 15 or 16. Maybe 16. One of them. And all of a sudden, something just appeared on my phone. Of course, I'm driving, so I can't really read text. But apparently something came into my text messages saying something about my Facebook code, whatever the hell that's all about. Probably just an advertisement. I'll delete that anyway. But yeah, Instagram, MySpace, it's all Facebook. The thing of it is on Instagram you can follow whoever you want. You go, like you'll see on the, I don't even know what that's called, the homepage, I guess. Different videos and photos that people have posted, and you'll go click on one of them that looks interesting. Sure enough, it is. And so then you go click on their profile, see more stuff that's interesting. So you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna follow them. No problem. Now again, if they have a private profile, then yeah, you have to send them a request to be allowed to follow them. Which is still, that's all good. But yeah, if you just automatically find someone interesting on Facebook because Facebook introduced their profile to you, somebody you might know, and so you send them a friend request because you think they're interested and want to follow them, and they don't know you, so they tell Facebook they don't know you. Next thing you know, you get turned out of your account for. See, here it is again now. I'm not sure what's going on here. Anyway, two text messages about Facebook. Alright, that's kind of freaky. Anyhow, I'm actually trying to figure out what's the source of all that. Just there's a text from a 5-digit number. I'm not sure what that's all about. But anyway, if you do that and they say that, then next thing you know, you get locked out of your account. First offense, then the second offense, I think you get locked out of your account for a longer period of time. The first time 7 days, and then after the third offense is they'll just go ahead and disable your account, and all for just trying to, it's called social media. So you're just trying to be social with the people that Facebook brought to your attention.